This week's video is a very special video. Today I want to talk to you about how to make these 3 bookmarks, but most importantly I want to talk about how this book, The Messy Bun Diaries, inspired each one of them. I've been wanting to make a video for a few months now on how to make bookmarks, but I've never really come up with an idea that stood out. And then about a week ago, a girl from my hometown, Kaylee, ended up publishing this book with 13 other incredible women. They all collaborated together to make this collection of real and very raw stories that they have to share. And they did this so that they could help empower and guide women who have been in similar situations. And these stories range from rape to children's illnesses and addiction and so much more. Each one of these chapters is absolutely amazing, but I think what makes this book great is that each one is so unique and different. And I believe that allows every person to be able to emotionally connect to this book on a very personal level. Some of these stories reminded me of things that I've either gone through myself or that have really helped me get through some of the things that I'm going through currently. And I decided to take either a quote that these women live by in their life or something that they said that really just resonated with me. I loved every chapter and story in this book so much, and I really wish I could tell you about each one of these brave women, but I think making a video that long would be kind of hard. But I will put the link to this book down in the description, and this is not a book you're going to want to miss out on. I laughed, smiled, and even cried my way through this whole book and could not put it down. Chapter 5 is Julie Ladd's story, and this one really hit home for me. She talks about her emotional struggles that she went through throughout her life and how those events led up to a point where she decided for herself that she was going to quit just surviving and start learning how to thrive. I try really hard to stay focused on the positive situations in my life, and I think that the reason I love this chapter so much is that Julie really tries to teach women that even though you've gone through these hardships and these struggles, that you don't have to focus on the negatives and just survive it. You have the option to run with the positives and let it teach you how to thrive in this life. This next one was inspired by Kaylee, and this girl proves that anything you set your mind to, you can achieve. She has done so much in her short amount of time on this earth, but her story from her past is actually published in a different book called When She Rises, and I'll link that one down below too. She's a daily reminder for many women that your past does not define you and you can do anything that you put your mind to. She focuses on encouraging and uplifting women, but I think the one thing that I love about her is that she teaches women that you can use your stories from your past to help change the world. Chapter 2 is Ashley Stanley's story, and when I read this chapter, it really hit me hard. The life that we have can be truly amazing, but a lot of people are held back from their dreams because of fear. Her story was probably the most uplifting one for me, and there were moments in it where she kind of jokes around and makes you laugh, but she does give this black sheep tip guide, and number 3 just really stuck out to me. I've spent about 6 months trying to grow this YouTube channel and make it successful, but there's always been that little voice in the back of my head that's told me, like, quit while you're ahead, or you're not going to go anywhere with this, and that's something that tip number 3 really helps you overcome. Starting my YouTube channel, it completely freaked me out and I was terrified to do it. But she talks about in tip number 3 that if you're terrified and scared to do something, that's when you need to say yes. That's when you need to go through and make whatever you're scared of happen, because in this life, fear is a compass to our success. I really wish that I could have talked about each one of these women in this video, but anybody who picks up this book to read it will quickly realize just how brave and encouraging each one of them really is. Thank y'all for watching, and I really hope y'all enjoyed it. I will link everything down in the description, including the supplies that we used today and the link on how you can purchase the Messy Bun Diaries for yourself. I promise you, this is not going to be a purchase that you will regret.